Why does Japan work so hard? Relentless work culture has emerged in Japan, the world's third-largest economy, where the pressure to achieve high productivity frequently causes individuals to reach the verge of exhaustion. A term that encapsulates the darker side of Japan's economic and social structure is Karoshi, which translates to death by overwork. This unyielding pressure has given birth to this term. The consequences of this cultural phenomenon are lamentable, yet they are preventable. In Japan, the workforce has been ensnared in an endless cycle of long hours, minimal breaks, and for some, devastating outcomes, as a result of a long history of unwavering loyalty to employers and a collective concentration on group success. In this investigation, we delve deeply into the human and economic costs of overwork, the origins of Japan's work culture, and the government's endeavors to reverse this lethal trend. Is it possible for Japan to regain its global competitive advantage without compromising its well-being and productivity? Number 1. The weight of tradition and loyalty. The post-war economic resurgence of Japan, which is frequently referred to as the economic miracle of the 1950s and 1960s, is the foundation of its rigorous work ethic. The salaryman became a cultural icon during this period of rapid industrialization and development, which established Japan as a global economic juggernaut. Japan's collective effort, lifelong commitment to a single employer, and lengthy hours were exemplified by the salaryman, a male white-collar worker who was dedicated to his company. Employees were anticipated to prioritize the success of their employers over their personal affairs, as loyalty to the company frequently surpassed personal interests. Various manifestations of this commitment are observed, including the expectation to remain available for work even during nominally off-duty periods, frequent after-work imbibing with colleagues and supervisors, and extensive overtime hours. Originally perceived as a source of Japan's economic strength, these customs have since become increasingly burdensome. Workers seldom utilize their entire paid leave entitlement due to the overwhelming pressure to adhere. Japanese laborers leave half of their paid vacation days unused, a notable statistic in comparison to Western countries, according to the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. The reluctance is a result of the pressure to contribute to collective corporate objectives, a dread of being perceived as less dedicated, and a sense of guilt. This system has established a national culture in which work is prioritized over well-being, leading to a decline in mental health, physical strain, and in some cases, mortality due to overwork. Number 2. The silent suffering and lost productivity. One of the most absurd aspects of Japan's overwork culture is that extended working hours do not necessarily result in increased productivity. Japan experiences some of the lowest productivity rates among developed nations. Even though Japanese employees work more hours than their counterparts in countries such as the United States and Germany, their output per hour worked is significantly lower. One of the primary causes of this discrepancy is the physical and mental fatigue, burnout, and disengagement that result from the combination of poor work-life balance and extended hours. Many employees are present in the office for appearances, adhering to Zangyo or unpaid overtime. However, they are far from their optimal efficiency. Additionally, employees frequently remain at work unnecessarily due to the strain of stay, which hinders their ability to utilize time effectively. The emphasis placed on face time in Japan, which involves being physically present in the office, is detrimental to a work environment that is results-oriented. Despite these facts, the sense of guilt linked to departing the office early or having a vacation is still prevalent. Despite the completion of their responsibilities, employees are compelled to remain behind due to this unwritten rule. Consequently, Japan is ensnared in a paradoxical situation in which employees exert themselves to the fullest, yet they are unable to achieve the best possible outcomes. Number 3. The Karoshi toll and the call for change. The Karoshi phenomenon is not merely a theoretical risk, it has claimed the lives of thousands of individuals. This death by overwork is frequently ascribed to a combination of the stress of a work environment where failure is not an option, long hours, and immense pressure. The most frequent causes of Karoshi are heart attacks, strokes, and fatalities that are precipitated by severe work-related stress. In 2015, a 24-year-old employee of the advertising giant Dentsu committed suicide after being driven to despair by the grueling demands of her work, in one of the most well-known cases. Nevertheless, this instance is not an anomaly. Labor experts and activists contend that the actual number is significantly higher, potentially in the thousands, despite official reports indicating that approximately 200 individuals perish annually from overwork-related incidents. Japan's government and corporations have been compelled to examine their work cultures more closely as a result of the public outcry surrounding cases, such as Matsuri's. Number 4. Pursuing the road to progress. The clamor for reform has increased in tandem with the increase in the number of fatalities caused by Karoshi. Japan's government has instituted numerous initiatives to promote a healthier work-life balance and reduce work hours, acknowledging the severity of the situation. New public holidays. In 2016, Japan expanded its list of public holidays to include Mountain Day, increasing the total number of national holidays to 16. The concept was to provide employees with additional opportunities for relaxation and recreation, thereby motivating them to take a vacation from their otherwise relentless schedules. Premium Fridays. In 2017, the government implemented Premium Fridays, a campaign that aimed to motivate employers to permit employees to depart early on the final Friday of each month. Although these measures are a positive step, they encounter substantial cultural opposition. Many employees continue to experience discomfort when they are the first to exit the office or take time off, as they are concerned that their dedication will be negatively impacted. Additionally, certain organizations have been reluctant to implement these modifications, as they perceive them as detrimental to productivity in the immediate future. Number 5. The continuous obstacle. Despite the promising reforms, Japan's work culture continues to serve as a formidable impediment to progress. The social stigma associated with leisure, group loyalty, and dedication to one's employer continues to be deeply ingrained. Japan is also confronted with demographic challenges, including an aging population and declining fertility rates, which impose additional strain on the workforce. The expectation on each worker to contribute more intensifies as the country's labor force diminishes, further complicating efforts to achieve work-life balance. The issue is not solely legal or structural, it is profoundly cultural. For genuine change to occur, there must be a transformation in societal perspectives regarding productivity, rest, and labor. Corporate executives must set an example by prioritizing results over hours worked and cultivating an environment in which rest is regarded as a critical element of productivity rather than a sign of weakness. Number 6. The continuous obstacle. Despite the promising reforms, Japan's work culture continues to serve as a formidable impediment to progress. The social stigma associated with leisure, group loyalty, and dedication to one's employer continues to be deeply ingrained. Japan is also confronted with demographic challenges, including an aging population and declining fertility rates, which impose additional strain on the workforce. The expectation on each worker to contribute more intensifies as the country's labor force diminishes, further complicating efforts to achieve work-life balance. The issue is not solely legal or structural, it is profoundly cultural. For genuine change to occur, there must be a transformation in societal perspectives regarding productivity, rest, and labor. Corporate executives must set an example by prioritizing results over hours worked and cultivating an environment in which rest is regarded as a critical element of productivity rather than a sign of weakness. Conclusion. Japan is currently at a critical juncture. The nation's economic miracle was once founded on the extraordinary work ethic of the nation. However, it has now become its greatest obstacle. The Karoshi crisis serves as a stark reminder of the perils of an unregulated work culture, compelling the nation to reassess its relationship with work. Legislative initiatives have been implemented. However, genuine transformation necessitates a cultural transformation that prioritizes personal welfare in conjunction with corporate prosperity. Japan's endeavor to achieve a harmonious equilibrium between productivity and personal life will be challenging. However, it provides valuable insights for other nations that are grappling with comparable challenges. Japan is endeavoring to disrupt the cycle of overwork and reestablish equilibrium in its citizens' lives, with the expectation that its progress will catalyze a more extensive global dialogue regarding the genuine expenses of labor. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on future content. See you in the next one.